So I'm Jasmine Lamboy. My area of study is clinical social work, specifically in the mental health field. I am a behavioral health ambassador for the HBCU C.A.R.E.S initiative on the campus of Clark Atlanta University. And so today I'm going to be interviewing you, just asking you a few questions just about your field and just about education that you've had to get to that field.
Okay.
Can you please introduce yourself, like tell your name, your title, and where you work?
Sure. So my name is Nekia Ramsey-Lee, and I am a mental health clinician. Currently, I am licensed in both Maryland and the District of Columbia. The two facilities that I work in is one is Unity Healthcare. I'm at the Anacostia Healthcare Center in Southeast DC, and I also work in private practice part-time with Open Conversations, and that is in Laurel, Maryland.
Nice, okay. And let me see, what is the minimum educational requirements for your profession?
So it depends. So if you are seeking full licensure to be independently licensed, then the minimal requirements would be a master's degree. You would need 3,000 hours of now it can be broken down. So 1,500 hours of the 3,000 has to include direct client contact. So that face-to-face interaction. And then the other 1,500 is just indirect hours. So that can be consultations, case management, note-taking, things in that nature. And then you have to have 100 hours of supervision. And 2,000 of the 3,000 hours have to be after you're awarded your graduate degree. So those are the requirements for independent licensure. So immediately after you attain your master's degree, then you are able to, sit for the test, because there is also a test. You are able to sit for the test, and as you are accruing your hours that are needed for independent licensure, you can get your licensed as an LG. So that would just be your graduate license, and you can hold that for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I explain? I'm not sure if I explained that correctly.
You did. What did you get your degree in, your master's degree?
Clinical mental health counseling.
Okay. And do you know what's the issuing agency for the clinical licensure?
So, issuing agency. So it depends on what state you're in.
Okay.
So I know the issuing agency for the test, for the exam, would be the National Board for Certified Counselors. So they issue the exam, they provide the exam, and then also they can certify you if you choose to get your National Board certification. But as far as licensure, that goes through the particular state that you like to practice.
Okay. All right. And what services do you provide?
So I provide individual or group counseling service between the two centers that I'm in.
Okay. What age range do you work with?
So 14 and up is typically the age range that I serve.
Okay. What qualities do you possess that you think would be a good fit for your chosen profession?
I always am complimented on how genuine I am and how personable I am. And I think that is very important, to be able to appear relatable to the clients and the population that you work with, and meet people where they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely great qualities. How often does the license have to be renewed?
Every 2 years. Every 2 years.
Every 2 years. Do you have to have continuing education credits for that?
Yes, you do. Now, I'm gonna get them confused. I know that I am between DC and Maryland, but I'm gonna say 30 is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
30 hours. That might be wrong. But I feel that 30 would satisfy both of them because that's what I feel that I've always strived to get.
Okay. And do you have any advice for anyone trying to get into that field?
I would say to be patient with yourself. I would say to be open. That's the biggest one, is being open in regards to populations, in regards to work settings. There's so many different, populations that you can work with and you can serve. Um, and so just being open, not going in with just one particular population in mind and just zeroing in on that. And also, settings as well, whether you want to work in a clinical setting, whether you want to work in private practice, whether you would like to work in schools. I mean, it's just so many different areas of need and of interest. And I'd say just, kind of research them all, and kind of, dive into them all if you're able to, especially when you are, in practicum or internship and things like that. That's the chance initially to kind of begin to get your feet wet, to see, what your niche is and what you like, and utilizing training opportunities, things like that, to just, yeah, to widen your expertise, of course, but also just to see, what it is that you like.
Yeah, yeah. That's great advice. Thank you. I thank you so much. We're done with the questions, but I just thank you for allowing me to have your time.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I hope that I answered everything accurately, but I did my best. I mean, I'm licensed, so I think I'm almost spot on, but maybe not. But yeah.
No, I think you did great. Thank